Hello, I'm back once again. And today I was planning on doing Stormworks. You know, the usual, it's Friday, Stormworks time. But, slight change of plan that I figured out on Thursday. The game Derail Valley, which is, for those who don't know, a game where you drive train. You take order, you grab train, deliver order, get paid, so you can do bigger trains. It has gotten a massive update. Like a changelog that's long. They basically added half a game to the game. So that basically meant that I decided that the decision: do I stream Stormworks or do I play Derail Valley? So I made the choice to go for Derail Valley. So yeah, that leaves us here. Hello. I still get the camera fixed at some point to be a little bit lower and at the other side so it's more straight onto my face. We'll see when I do that. Pun intended. I'm going to include a tutorial this time because it is... There are some new aspects of the game. They redid the entire rain bit, they redid a lot of stuff. Like trains behave differently now, the air brakes work differently. You can now customize your train. Yes, choo-choo. The choo-choo will be on the rails, hopefully. Hopefully it will remain there. I will do my best to keep it on the rails, and if it derails, then it derails. My belt is poking me in the back. Oh, that actually hurts. Alright, let me guess it. Ooh, I have to walk around. Oh yeah, this tutorial. Comms radio is in here. Comms radio, the most important thing, enable LED. Yeah, you don't have this one? Caboose, handcars. How much power does this have? Doesn't say. The rail car is fun though. Tab into the inventory, everything must go. Yeah, when my comms radio. Caps lock. This is all the stuff I already know, but still. Yeah, I never use the mouse mode. Yeah. Wipers. Oh, it's gonna go over all the controls. That is important. The brake cutout. That's indeed the thing with modular engines. They're very finicky. You basically have to put a x to the power of 0.5 on the fuel. And that's all you have basically have to do ECU-wise. Look, a brake cylinder fills. Sand. Ooh, this picks up. You're taught to brake. Yeah, I have to... You... Yeah. It told me to brake. Like, go here, halfway through. Apply the brake fully. And then saying, you stop too soon, move a bit further. You have to move past the switch. Although I shouldn't go this fast. The second, I want to use the independent brake. It's a maintenance work. I only have the LED. Be gentle. With a modular engine. Also, once you figure them out, they are not difficult. It is just build, like, put everything on it that you need, like air, fuel, exhaust, cooling. And then all the logic you need is just a simple function block with the formula x times x to the power of 0.5, and that's it. But you can only have the throttle go to 1. If you let the throttle go to if you give it like 200, which I've tried, it does not do anything. Right. I'm now a train driver. And I have the DE2. And freight hole. Utility locker. Oh, valuable stuff. Gimme. Ooh, money. Ooh, compass. Alright, let me in the meantime lock all of... Oh no, wait. You will go there, you will go... Station map goes on 3, map goes on 2, wallet goes on 4. I guess this will go right here. Oh, we're gonna have to take everything. Place a mount on the roof of the locomotive. Mount, I guess. An electric handrail. Why does it sound like an angle grinder? Take out the hammer. Alright. Great, now I have to grab the filler gun. Oh, they just disappear. Holes disappear. We're doing it with duct tape. Stole the beacon on the mount. There we go. So let's grab the soldering gun. Yay. This is definitely how soldering works. Place amounts. Button controller. Where can I? Oh, I need another mount, of course. First, I need a mount. Can I put it here? Fine. Because I'm smart, I'm gonna put it here. No, don't tell me it is a Phillips head. Why? Take out the crimping tool. Sure. Sure thing. Can I just... Oh my, oh no, a handbrake. Oh, I should have skipped the tutorial. Alright, let's send it. Not shade and wait. Uh, Fine. I will follow your safety rules for now. Break now, before the switch. Now they're telling me on time. Yes. Get frustrated by Stormworks. Go play another game that's incredibly frustrating. Been there. I've been there. Switching from Stormworks to War Thunder back to Stormworks because you got frustrated by War Thunder, but then you get frustrated by Stormworks because game is unnecessarily difficult sometimes. So I switch to a game where you just, yeah, it's a cycle. I'm not allowed to go. Struggle. Yeah, why am I not allowed to go faster than 30? Just why? Why does it specify that I'm not allowed to go faster? See, are there any different loads that I can see already? No, not here. They introduced a lot of new things. Yeah, Storage is as difficult as you make it, and logic is... The problem with logic, once you figured it out, it makes sense. It's quite logic, the logic. Prepared... Almost there! Almost there. Prepare to stop. You're a kilometer out, but prepare to stop. Please, I'm doing 13 kilometers an hour. Over-engineering is only natural. I've learned this at school as well. Over-engineering happens automatically. The trick is to over-engineer it a little bit and then think, hey, do I really need it? Ah, yes, German, so that explains a lot. Just funny, the German stereotype is just, can engineer very good things, but most likely they're a bit unreliable and incredibly over-engineered. Yes. The jump is way too far. Use a turntable. I know the game. I know you can use num if you have numlock turned on, you can use 9 and 6. Don't need to know how this DE2 works. I've just been shown how it works. That's the thing. I know how it works. I know this game. I've played it for over 80 hours, I think. Even a couple, like over 100 even. A pure comms radio? It gives you the handcar for free? Yeah. Cool. Ooh, free money. Money, money, money. I want realistic, please. I want a little bit more difficulty. I don't need the assists. I can derail a train on my own. I don't need assistance. It's just funny to say, like, I don't need the game to be easy. I can derail it on my own just fine. Yes, more suffering. More spamming the F key. Yeah, I can now basically modify the engine with lights. I can make an RGB DE2. And there's also a museum now. Alright. Oh no, more tutorial. Manual. Thank you. Alright, what is the hand? Is that car still in there? Yes. Which means there's the E2 there. So I'm gonna be running with D20. I can help you get an engine like that to run. They changed the font. It's a bit smaller now. And it actually got decimal points this time. Alright. Well, map. Is there a new place where I can go to? I can go to City West, but it's already a familiar place. Shunting. Hmm. Thing is, which one is less? That is. This one is worth more. I'm delivering steel rails to the harbor. Familiar route. That is the most basic route you can get. Is that it? Is this it? Wow, my game is just a bit framey. Alright, catch you later. Let's see, display graphics. Oh. Oh, vegetation goes on high. Lightning goes to medium. Shadows especially go back to medium. We'll make the game run a lot smoother. 70. So. Lower that. No, let's actually keep the handbrake on. It's on the right side. Let's grab DE2, move it forward, move it back. Plug it. The DE2 should have 1200 flat, 300, 250. I think they made the DM3 a little more powerful or less fuel consumptions. Less thirsty. Ooh, the DE6 does it have a lot more power though? The DE6 is more powerful. God, I cannot wait to get the DM1U 150. I cannot wait to get the engines for that. Alright, well. Let's... Oh. Why aren't we moving? What? Oh. I'm an idiot. Where aren't we moving? Well, maybe, just maybe, you know, I should put the reverser into forward. Compass. I need to go to the south, which means I guess I'm gonna do my first one backwards. Because right now I'm gonna be pointing north. Kind of. I need to go south. I can hear the engine way better. Yeah, I'm gonna be running backwards up the hill and then down the hill. It's gonna be a fun experience, isn't it? Also, quick trick if you want to get things done a little bit faster, especially with shunting jobs. Instead of immediately turning in the order and starting the timer, wait a little bit. You know, just prepare your train first. If you have something that needs like shunting, like collect from 3 parts and then put it together, only accept the order once your entire train is assembled and at the loading, crane. Once it's there, then accept it, because then you can have a 80-minute job done in 20 minutes. It did say they optimized a bunch of it, and I'm not noticing it yet. Guess who immediately fried the traction motors? Are they broken? No, I'm sure they're damaged. Well, this one is going. This one is just slowly driving into the correct thing. I'm gonna just turn it in because I'm lazy and want to speed run it a little bit. I just want to get on the road and just drive the train. It said they have new props, but I'm not really noticing a lot. Well, maybe that, but 6-9E, that means 9E or 9I. 9I is there. Yeah, this is a layout I'm familiar with. When I have the job, I can actually get the signals changed preemptively. Shit. Trip the breaker again. At least the breaker's there to prevent it from fully frying. Let's figure that 5 kilometers an hour is perfectly fine to hit anything with. As long as you're doing around that 5 mark. Boom. See, no damage to anything at all. So while you are charging, wait, is there no handbrake on this one anymore? Oh yes, there is on the other side as well. Alright, well, let's shove it in reverse. There are no brake warnings. Hello.
Intern.
Yes.
I handed in my thingy, my like
The what am I gonna do form.
the yes. Yes, exactly.
The form that where you have the thing is,
yeah.
right? Which I thought of. It doesn't matter how difficult it is, how complicated it is how difficult can you make it sound. Because if you get something simple and explain it in a very difficult way so that it sounds complicated enough, they are more likely to accept it than a very complicated thing which is explained very simple. Sounds dumb. Yes.
Well, I think the most challenging part is literally just going to be the school part, not the job part.
Yeah, the job part is easy.
Yeah.
I've made, I think there are 6 assemblies today. Purely because, well, they're gonna be made. You're gonna have to make them.
I have not, because we build just massive, big assemblies.
Well, eventually I'll have to go very detailed, but I've worked out some very rough things. Yeah. Like just simple, like very simple shapes, like not difficult at all.
Yeah,
very simple.
That's not what we do.
No, I'm not gonna do the but because I'm basically I have a first version of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I was refining one.
Yeah, I got one, but I basically have to redesign it in a different material. Let
me guess. To kitchen tiles.
Good option. I should I should tell them that, have we considered kitchen tiles yet? Yeah, for something that goes 50 kilometers off the coast.
They'll float, it'll be fine.
Yeah, the thing is, why would you make something that's gonna be put on sea out of aluminium? A special kind which is more corrosion resistant, but still, don't matter. It's stupid. That's why they want me to redesign it in steel.
If the corrosion resistance of aluminium is gonna offset the fact that it's salt water.
Well, the thing is, right, with aluminium, if you get it through cycles of stress, which a single wave is a stress cycle.
Yeah.
It will just keep getting weaker, weaker, and weaker, and steel does that as well, but around 10 million times, 10 million cycles, it flattens. It doesn't get weaker anymore. Meaning...
Yeah, but...
You can protect it. As long as you can protect it from corrosion, steel will last you forever.
It's salt water, so don't use aluminium either. It will bite through that.
Coatings exist, and specifically...
Yeah, that's true, but if that gets damaged...
Yeah, that as well. But there are...
Good luck finding it if it's damaged.
Yeah, and also, because they didn't want to already induce some stress with welding, they wanted to have a very riveting experience of riveting everything together.
Great.
They want to make 200 a year, eventually. It's 4 per week. It's 1 per 10 hours. And you want to rivet them together. Do you see the slight issue you have there?
It'll be fine.
As I said, it will be a riveting experience.
Joe, do you know the game Raft?
Yes.
That game has taught me that you don't need to attach it. It will float right next to it in a perfect line.
In the air.
If need be.
Alright, I need to go left, straight, left.
Wait, no. I mean, like, literally in that game, you don't need to attach your raft parts together. You can make, like, 5 separate rafts, and they'll just follow. You don't need to attach them. They're just aligned.
Yes. They've made
how it works in real life.
Yes, of course. They've made new track, and it's a bit weird because there's now an extra Y here. That begs the question, why?
And I was like, am I gonna say it? Anyway.
Yeah. Internship is fun.
Yes.
The thing that's not fun
I
is the Dutch
don't-
weather.
Something happened today.
What?
They mentioned that apparently I've never heard this before. Nobody has pointed this out to me. But apparently even when I speak in Dutch, I have an English accent.
Ah,
And I don't mean that I use English words when I'm speaking Dutch. I mean that I straight up have an English accent.
so we've spoken too much English.
Maybe, but nobody's they're the first people to point this out to me.
Which means it's a very it is. Yeah. That is weird. Because I've never noticed it as well.
Probably because you also speak a lot of English.
Yeah. Maybe. What language are you speaking now? Yeah.
Latin?
English also has 5 languages in a trench coat pretending to be one.
Also, what happened today? I mentioned how I nearly painted Goku on the wall on my on my first intern. I
Yeah.
mean, technically it wasn't during the intern, right? But you know.
Yeah, that company.
Yeah. And they were like, they were like, because they were also curious at my drawings, so like I showed them my David Duck and stuff. And they were like, oh, you can draw one of our what is it called in English when they make like Faisal. What is a Faisal in English?
Like a screw pump type thing.
Yeah, that. Well, it's not. I guess it kind of is a screw pump. Yeah.
It's
Except
basically
this time whales can go through it.
very big screw.
Yes, exactly.
Very big thread
Well,
pitch.
not the one I'm working on, but they have those two. They literally made that. But
Very large thread pitch.
they were like, well, we have this empty wall.
As long as you put it in your reports.
No, I'm not gonna do it on the job. That doesn't count. It would be very funny, actually.
If you should.
They say we need to make drawings. They don't specify.
Yeah, we do actually have to make a package of drawings. Yes. Oh no.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Look, this is a drawing in perspective and shading of the thing we built.
Yes.
It's on the wall now.
And you want to know something funny as well with what's been happening during the entire week?
Mm.
I changed the background of the computer I'm working on to that old car, the old car I'm working on.
Yes.
Everybody has come by to basically ask me something or tell me something. Has asked about it. It's like, what? Because nobody recognizes it. So far, out of everybody that I've talked to, I've talked about it, one person has recognized the car I was talking about. Like, actually knew the name of the thing. And that was one of my driving instructors. She knew the car I was talking about. Other people, no clue if you say Volkswagen Type 3 notchback. Nobody knows what you're talking about at all. That's that's kind of sad, but on the other hand, there are like from just the year 1969, I think in the Netherlands there are a total of 4 cars from that year. I've checked there are only 4 number plates, and one of them was imported in 2008. The other ones are original, including mine. Mine is like originally sent here, not just imported on a later date. And also, it's one of the last cars, I think, that was actually made for that specific year. Because Volkswagen tended to change the model year in August. So they started making the 1970 model from, I think, either August or September 1969. Mine is from the 20th of August 1969. Which meant it either was the last bit of production, or they were still producing it for a couple of weeks. But that means that the car is rare. That means that parts are difficult to find. Which is quite annoying when you try to restore it and realize every rust hole means you might have to search for a new part. And spend like a couple hundred extra. If not more. I need to change this switch. The thing is, right, you're going with this part of the railroad, you're being misled because you're thinking, oh, I can do 60. Oh, I can do 70 downhill. Well, after this sneaky tunnel, where there's a 60, you get a 40. So you're doing 60 through here, nice and fast and all that stuff. Suddenly, boom, 40. And also, we had snow this week.
Yes.
How was it biking through that weather?
Let's see.
Because I just walked through it, but that's a neat thing. I'm walking to and from work. It's like a 15 to 25-minute walk to get there from the train station. But this is the same train I would take to school. The problem is I have to leave at like, my train leaves at 7. I start around 8. I'm done at 4:30. And then I'm home like 1.5 hours later. Or an hour and 15 minutes.
Anyway, something else I've been doing. Like, I watch on YouTube. I watch Max Derail, and he makes videos on like psychology and symbolism and religion and stuff in video games.
Yeah.
Well, not just video games, but mostly focusing on video games. But apparently, he also has like the playlist is called the Autism series.
Yeah.
Because he knows a lot about psychology, and apparently he is autistic and has ADHD. Like
the classic combo.
And he like explains like a lot about it. and like talks about his own experiences, and a lot of it is very familiar to me, and a lot of it explains stuff that I've noticed about myself that I had no idea had to do with autism. But they're good things to know.
So you can either just completely avoid them
No, it's not. It's
or learn to
more
work around.
to explain to others because they're not really things you can really like improve on per se, you know?
Yeah.
Like for instance, apparently autism very often, like most of the time, comes in combination with something called, I think, Asperger's syndrome,
Yeah.
which basically means that you have trouble looking people in the eyes.
Heh.
I did not know that was related, but I do know about myself that I can't do that for a very long time.
So it was like, oh, so that's the cause of that. Eh.
Yes. And just like a lot of things like that.
As long as, like, having a problem is one thing, but knowing what causes that problem is another. So if you know
Yeah.
the root of the problem, then you either know if it's fixable or not.
Well, not even that. It's also just it makes it easier to explain to other like because I react to things differently than most people,
Yes.
and that it is kind of nice to be able to explain those kinds of things.
Because
Apparently, also finding a job. Apparently, like having difficulty finding a job is also, or not finding, looking for is apparently also something. I had no idea, like, because I don't mind working. I don't want to go looking for a job. Apparently, that's also something that is related to that.
huh. It's just I do want to do the thing, but I just don't want to put in the effort to get to that.
Yeah. Well, no, because that like, I don't mind, to make an effort. Just the looking for it. So, and like he basically explained it like because you can be, what do you call it, you can be rejected from a job for a multitude of reasons already, and then you gotta explain that you are autistic. And while I never like consciously thought about it that way, I would not be surprised if somewhere in me that is still a part of it, you know
Is it on your resume?
I don't. What do you mean?
So if you send your
Like
resume
my.
to a company, your CV, if you
Wait,
send it,
I don't have a CV.
well, there's the problem there's the problem already.
Is it? I found a job before, or found an internship before you.
Yeah, but I just had the worst of luck. 28
You
companies is not a
didn't
normal amount.
call.
The thing is, 28 companies.
Yes.
Most of almost all of them rejected.
You should have called them.
Even after calling, they were like, "Yeah, no."
You should have called immediately, Jules, and it would have gone faster.
Yeah, but that's calling.
Yes.
And I feel like I speak for more people. You have to first get the courage to actually make the phone call. And after you're done making the phone call, you were like, "Oh, it was not that bad."
Exactly.
Rinse and repeat for the next million of times.
Yes. I don't
Which
know, maybe I should make a CV to like.
it is just, what schools have you done? What kind of experience do you have?
Can I link my YouTube channel?
Depending on how
Actually,
large it is.
actually, fun fact. When I arrived on Monday on my internship,
Yeah.
they obviously they gave me a computer, and it was like, yeah, you can sit there because Aaron isn't there because he has some stuff going on at home, so he isn't there. And
Yeah.
that PC has SolidWorks already, so then you can just start.
Yeah.
So I went to his PC. Now he was also gonna be my like intern, my guide,
Yeah.
I guess. But now he's not there, so now someone else does that, which is fine. But I opened Google to find some stuff about SolidWorks. This has been a while since I worked with that.
Yeah.
And the first thing at the top of the search results was my name. And then I was like, what do you even find when you look that up? So I did that. And the top thing is me getting my driver's license. Because apparently that's on the website of the school I went to.
Oh.
And other than that, there is nothing about me.
So all I know is you have your driver's license.
Well, they found like my father's company is there that he doesn't have anymore. But Google still has things that he hasn't apparently.
It's a shame it
Um,
didn't
and other
immediately
than
go
that-
to.
Yeah, and other than that, you just have people with names that are very similar to mine.
It's a shame it didn't go to your YouTube. That would have been the funniest
Yeah.
shit ever.
It would have been actually.
Jim, you've missed. What? Did you go to YouTube to see if he was logged in?
He is logged in. It was on his.
Yeah, but if he's logged in on his Google account on YouTube.
Well, I'll make it better for you. He put Steam on that computer. I don't know why.
No, but if he wasn't there, you
Oh,
could
I
have
could've-
subscribed him.
I can still do that because he probably won't be back for a while.
Subscribe him to your own channel.
Shall I just? I could just ask all of them. Hey, by the way.
Yeah, if I would do that and all of the people that work at the company I'm at do that, I would gain 9.
I would gain like 3 or 4. I would gain 4. Maybe 5 if I can convince the guy in the like next door.
What's also weird is I keep getting fucking offshore or water related projects.
Nice, same.
Either I get water related stuff or data steel. Those are the only two things that I've worked on. It's either, oh yeah, make an offshore skid. Oh yeah, work on luxury yachts. Oh yeah, other thing. Make
Same.
triangular pods for solar panels. That will go 50 kilometers off of the shore.
Like I also keep having water, but with my first internship was literally water management.
Yeah.
That was a great internship, by the way.
Yeah, but
Can recommend.
how much did you do?
Okay. So the average day there, right?
Yeah.
You get there at 8:30.
Yeah.
You open the computer. You check your email, which only has useless crap from IT. You
Yeah.
check where like what pumps and things have errors. You go there. It will probably take you about like between 15 minutes to an hour to get there. Sometimes it's a little further.
Yeah.
You pull it up, you pull out whatever is blocking it, you put it back in, and you go back. And then it's like 1 o'clock probably, and then you have 3 hours of not much.
Yeah. So basically, you do one thing a day.
Well, it was more than one, like,
All right, two things a
stuff.
day.
But and we did have that one thing that took like 3 weeks where like an old uh like pipe was being replaced.
Yeah.
So, even that you didn't use all day on that in those 3 weeks, but it was going on. And we did have the thing where one of them was like broken and an entire like they have these little buildings, but it's like half the building is like in the ground, right?
Yeah.
It was flooded. It
Heh.
was a pool. We had to
Heh.
fix that. That did take like 2 weeks as well. We mainly worked on that.
Does the sawmill have anything apart from a repair and a coal surface? No.
We did have that one day where we just stopped at like 2 o'clock and just started watching New Kids the rest of the day.
Yeah, but
That was
also
fun.
we already have a thing set up for Christmas, like a
Like a
little
tree.
Christmas party thing. You know what it's gonna be?
Hmm.
It's gonna be at Ray Square, which is the
Okay.
same city as I live in, which means that I will go to work and then a quarter, like 45 minutes past 3, we're gonna need to be in the same. I'm gonna basically need to be back home, and then well at Race Square, drive a bit, race a bit, and then walk back home. I can just walk. It's not even a long walk at all. All right, let's get this fragile freight hull to the goods. I've also noticed something very pleasant here. You can zoom in. So you have the harbor. First of all, this didn't used to be a Y, so that's already good. You have coal mine east there, but as you can see, you go there, which is also a Y, just a very particular small one right here. And they have another split there, which means you can get into the goods factory from both ends now. Instead of me having to go all the way through the sawmill into the goods factory. Now, don't tap out. Yeah. What I'm curious about though, Jim, with Christmas
Right.
coming up, what are those gift baskets or boxes going to be like?
I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna get any.
Probably.
I don't know if I'm gonna get any.
I mean, I would assume you would get some.
I don't know. I don't know.
Would be a bit.
I don't even know yet if I get paid.
Isn't it
Oh wait, actually,
illegal?
it's now a legal thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to pay the interns.
Yeah.
So sadly, we cannot make the jokes anymore about having unpaid interns.
I mean, quite honestly, I do assume I'm gonna get paid because you know, he's a good guy.
Did you have to fill in a form?
Not yet.
Well, hopefully it comes soon.
I did. I did. Well, usually that's like around the time when they actually like pay, which is like, I think at the start of the month usually.
Nothing's filled. I've already got mine. I've already filled it in.
Yeah,
Or
but I think usually for most companies it's around the start of the month. So
yeah, but it's basically just like they ask for a form, you fill in some stuff.
yeah.
Just basically like, oh yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
working here now. I can get paid. I think I still have to
I did ask the question today.
Ah, what was their answer?
Unfortunately, only one was actually left. I didn't expect, like, one of them left. One of them was sick. One of them left early to get their like child out of school because apparently he does that on Friday.
Yeah.
And the boss had something to do, so there was only one person left. He gave probably the most boring answer so far. It was just experience.
I can get behind that. Was the
Or no,
experience life.
not experience as in like experience. No, as in like uh, what do you call it? Like you are experienced in something. Like you know it. Like you
Yeah. You are
like that.
knowledgeable in what you
Yes.
do.
Yes.
So basically, his answer was work.
Kinda.
That's sad. Wait, why am I even going that way? I can easily go the other way. Oh no, wait, I can't. Never mind. Then I'm gonna have to go. I could go out the front, so I drive forward. Might actually be a smarter way to go. No, no, it's still probably faster to. What is it? Yeah, because you're not going down. It is still faster to go out that way instead of going back. And our thing
Also,
is, yeah,
last time we were talking about like uh if I were to make a video game, that it would just get the 16 rating without me even trying.
yeah.
Is it weird to say that I have been thinking about making a comic just to try and publish something like with a publisher? And I would want it to be a children's story.
Slightly concerning, but
Why is that concerning?
I've read that story on DeviantArt.
I wouldn't do it that like that.
I'm not gonna explain it to the viewers.
For the viewers, go to Obsidian Blade 266 on DeviantArt.
Viewer discretion is advised. Watch at your own risk. You have
turn
been
on mature content and read my story.
you have been warned.
There's a warning on the story itself as well.
Yeah, but still. You know how dumb people are.
No, but I wouldn't do that. The reason I would want it to kind of be a children's story is because it's. I feel like it should be simpler.
Children do care less about how good a story is.
Well, I would still make it like as good as I can.
Yeah, but
But I don't know how I would handle it because I would want it to be. I would still want it to be kind of serious and like. You know, probably have like death or something as a theme.
is possible.
Because
Bit
yeah, no, it's
tricky.
very possible. I mean, look at Puss in Boots.
That is true.
My issue is that I don't know how to do that in a child-friendly way.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Puss in Boots did show a little bit of blood, but like, no blood or gore is a good start.
Yeah, well, no, I got that far.
No foul language.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Basically, think of a story, take all the fun out of it, boom, children's story.
That's not true, because Puss in Boots is fun.
Yeah, but in general, just
Studio Ghibli movies are fun.
You want to make a children's movie? Make a normal movie for adults.
True, true. Fucking Puss in Boots is so much more for adults than most of the fucking adult movies nowadays.
No, but like, make a story for adults. Remove the fun children's movie or comic or anything. Just make something adult for adults and fun. Remove the fun bit. You're done.
Well, it's not that simple, you.
Yeah, but remove all the fun bits like murder.
You can have murder in a children's story.
Yeah, but you cannot mention it yeah, mentioning it directly is a bit
You
maybe a
can.
bit too
It,
on
it
the
depends on
nose.
how it depends on how it's presented.
Yeah. It's a difficult thing.
Exactly.
So you just want a challenge.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know that I'm going to do it at all.
I would
But
first
I did think it would be a fun idea.
I'd first start with the comic you're currently making.
I am working on that. I'm currently drawing.
Yeah, but first work on that and finish that
I will.
before you start on that, because then you know if even if the motivation to do it, if you maybe do you want to publish this one with a publisher as well? Or just
No, I'm just gonna put the. If I were to do that, I would have already had to have sent, like, the script, which already would not have passed. I wrote that shit terribly. And probably the storyboard as well, and like character designs and things.
yeah.
Because, like, obviously I don't have experience with this, but I have watched videos and stuff about, you know, people that have published books on how that works. And it's like selling your soul to them, basically.
Let me guess, you're allowing them to make all the changes that
Yes, they're gonna ask for changes. You can always just like send it and then see what they want and then decide, okay, or do you agree with that or not? But once you once you sign that contract, it's their thing now. Which I I I wouldn't want that, because then for most of it, because then they also get to decide. Do you get to make a part 2? Do you, you know, what's the title? What does the cover look like?
yeah. Or you have to publish it yourself, which
Yes, but there's another problem with that.
you have no
Unless,
reach,
yeah.
basically. You
Well,
like the
unless I spent like a couple €1,000 on advertising.
yeah, or you have to oh, I don't know, maybe use a platform with over 100 followers.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, for now I'm just doing it for, like, I'll just put on David, or maybe I'll look into getting some other like websites to publish as well. But this is kind of just an idea I had, just to kind of see how it would go and how it would work.
There's nothing wrong with experimenting.
That depends on the experiment.
Disagree, because you always find something.
For science, everything is justified.
Yes. And I think to quote Mythbusters, the difference between messing around and science is writing it down.
Okay, when I showed you like a part of the first episode of this, of like the metaphors in Bloodborne, right, for like the medical world.
Yeah.
in the final episode, well, actually not just in the final episode, but that's where he really goes into what probably the main inspiration was, which is literally the story of the hunters. Like, there were people in the medical world named Hunter, like that was their last name.
Yeah.
And well, the reason childbirth is a big theme in Bloodborne is probably because of them. Because the hunters, the older brother was like a professor and doctor and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And he had a school. And in the schools, usually it would be like they would have a cadaver, right? And they would dissect that over the course of like a couple months. And then like, the teacher would dissect it and the students would watch, right?
Yeah.
He promised every student would get his own cadaver, and he got an average of 100 students, like per what do you call it? Semester,
School year.
I guess, like I guess, like, I don't know if it was in years, but you know, per period, basically, right?
Yeah.
Which is a lot, so you can see where that's going. But he also had another thing, and that was at the time. Very little was known about pregnancy and childbirth because it was very rare for a pregnant woman to die because they're usually young, and while women would die more than men, it was usually either as a child or after childbirth due to blood loss in the during the birth. But during childbirth, usually they're safe because they're being looked after and everything. They're young usually. And he was gonna change this not having enough pregnant women's cadavers to study about that.
So, did he go around killing pregnant women?
Well, there are no official records of where he got his cadavers.
Sure.
It has been proven that his brother, the younger hunter, has been involved in grave robbing and potentially kidnapping.
The things with grave robbing, right? When does it become archaeology?
No, not grave robbing, like taking a dead body, not, you know.
Yeah, but with grave robbing, you basically rob a dead body out of his grave. That's great.
Yeah, true.
But isn't that the same thing with archaeology?
Dude, when you mentioned that, I got an ad on YouTube showing the pyramids.
Yeah, but isn't that just... What's the difference between archaeology and grave robbing? Apart from the passage of time, which means at what time does it become archaeology instead of grave robbing?
True.
What is the date? How long do we have to wait?
But no, but there, you know, science, the knowledge that they gave are still important to this day.
Yes.
But was that the way, you know?
The thing is, Jim, do you know what they did during the Second World War and all that, and during those times with people? For science. They did...
Wait, for science?
Yeah, they did terrible things to just find out stuff. Just at how low of a temperature can a human body survive? Just freeze a body to see if it dies. Yeah. You can guess what happens. You basically just frostbite a bunch of people. You just... Yeah.
Is that why frostbite is the most effective status effect in Elden Ring?
But I mean, it is... Those terrible things happen, but good results come out of them. Which means you either...
I mean, is this knowledge that we needed?
Depending on the application.
Because with the pregnancy, at least it's still like, yeah, that's something, you know, that happens a lot. That makes sense
Yeah.
somewhat. It's just wrong the way they did it. But as I say, even now, their studies are still important.
As long as your study is important enough or is relevant enough
But
to.
why would I need to know at what point, like at what temperature, a body just dies of cold? Like,
I don't know if they did that specifically, but it's something with temperature, at least. But it is helpful for, I don't know, colder climates. If you're going to the Arctic, Antarctica, how thick does the clothing need to be and all that stuff? Like, you're not finding that out until you
well,
experiment a little
I,
bit.
well, I can tell you, if you're cold, just go put on another coat. There you go.
Yeah, but you also have to have mobility.
That depends on what you're gonna do. If you're gonna MMA a fucking ice bear, like polar bear, then
No, but are you going to walk?
maybe. I don't
Are
know.
you going to have to grab something?
Never
You have
been
like
to the
5
Antarctic.
coats on.
Well, these days you just have gloves with a heater inside.
Yes. Which is nice. Also, I was still thinking, right, for a bike, your hands do get kind of cold because wind. But if you put an
Mm-hmm.
alternator on your front wheel, connect those two heating elements in the handlebars, so your hands warm up.
Mm.
As you bike, your hands warm up. Of course, there has to be enough power from the alternator to actually heat them up significantly enough to start heating the metal and the cover over the metal bar, because of course there is still something of padding on there, you know, so your hand isn't like on just round bar of metal, but
Yeah.
actually has a grip. It has to heat that as well, which might be to insulate for that stuff.
So anyway.
But I also had another dumb idea of basically a wind deflector, because wind is what makes your hands go cold. So what if you just have it deflected above a certain amount of speed? The air gets pushed to the side.
You know, like knuckle guards and swords? Just put that over your handlebars.
Yeah, but that takes away the oh shit, brake, 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 brake. I may have done an oopsie. I was like, huh, shit, I didn't turn in my order. I just went on my way without turning the order in. That's my fault. That's a bit stupid. But I mean, yeah. If you can do aerodynamics correctly, you can just have a slight little bit covering maybe your like pointy finger, and just apart from that, everything is just free. But if you go above a certain speed, it starts to deflect the wind away from your hand. You can also make it a little bit of a guard that if you even fall off your bike, well, technically you would be catching yourself.
Off your bike, I'm assuming you're not holding the bars anymore.
No, you'd be catching yourself. It's a good thing I went uphill, because now I can just slide downhill.
Also, on another note about my story that I wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still somewhat adding to that in my head.
Oh boy.
I might have made it like I might have like traumatized myself with my own story.
That sounds.
I don't want to sound, what do you call it, self-congratulate, but I think it touched myself.
That is information I don't necessarily need to know, but.
Not like that, Joel.
You know me.
Emotionally.
That can also be emotional.
You bitch.
What? I'm
No,
just.
but that's just, just been thinking, like, how would it go afterward?
You're basically making a part two.
No, I'm not writing it down. It's just like, in my
So you're
head.
not just doing a sequel.
No, I could, but no. I
Yeah.
mean, I might make a comic of it at some point.
Oh boy.
I don't know how much of it I would show, but
You can basically do it in a way that is like either either totally censored or just
well,
totally not.
I could go the Berserk route.
I'm just showing everything except that. Which, if it's wait, is the entire Berserk story about explicit stuff, or is there also another storyline to it?
Wait, you mean is it just about sex?
Yeah, because if you're writing a story about something
No,
like that and you just censor
no, it
everything, then
isn't.
that's
No, it
like,
isn't. It's a story about power and how it corrupts people, which
yeah,
is why there is quite a lot of sex because people in
because
power like that usually.
yeah, look at the current U.S. or at the coming U.S. government.
But
I am not wrong. I
like
am not wrong, and people should be concerned.
you're like Yoran is like they shouldn't draw it like that because of like lust, which I can see, right? Because like that's a thing in the Bible, like the sin of lust, right?
Yeah,
But to me, the way it is presented in Berserk in the story, it's it you could say like, oh yeah, it's for lust, but it condemns that in the story. Like literally, it's almost presented as being demonic because all the demons like lust after women if they see them.
yeah. Then at that
So
point,
I feel like in that way, it's actually good to show it because then you can kind of be like, hey, if you are looking to do this, then you are just like this guy, you know?
yes. And I mean, otherwise, you just instead of posting it on one platform, you have to post it on another platform.
Sure, I'm not making fucking porn.
I'm still surprised by how much money people make off of that. Like, how desperate are people to have literally
Someone
like
in chat, how much would you pay for meat?
you know, like people that actually drop porn, they make like an absurd amount of money. People are willing to pay thousands just for a couple of images, which I find pathetic because all that money could much better be spent on more fun stuff,
on me.
like cars.
Or on me.
Or on a massage.
Yeah, yeah.
With chocolate.
Bonjour.
We'll never let that go, probably.
I could see us in like a couple of years just being like, "Hey, remember that?
No, because
What
we'll
if
still...
we go there?"
Hopefully by that time we both have a car. Uh,
Oh gosh.
well, the thing is, you can avoid going there entirely with one simple trick. A girlfriend.
Getting laid?
I would go for a girlfriend because that is cheaper.
Actually, I saw something as I was watching that like that autism series, right?
Yeah.
In that video, in one of them, he also talked about like it was the one about loneliness and how it's like it's very difficult for an autistic person to integrate into society, so they usually shut themselves in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, human contact is very important for your brain.
Yeah.
But because of it, like, because he mentioned he also had a period like that where he just straight up didn't go outside for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, I'm kind of looking for a relation right now, and just started like, mentioning like, oh, I'm 6'3" or something, and I'm into this, I'm into that. If you're interested, you can find my email in my description.
Did it work though?
I don't know. I know he has a wife now, I think.
Then it might have. There is a chance that worked.
It may have. I thought it was funny.
Honestly, not the worst strategy. You do find the most honest partner that way because you don't have to pretend to be somebody else. Because that is with autistic people a thing as well, which can be very tiring for them if they have to mask for an extended period of time. If they have to be somebody else, it can be very tiring for them. So if you just say, "I'm like this, are you interested?"
Yeah.
Then you will only get people who are interested in you being you.
Yeah.
Because I've even noticed it with myself.
Any women in your chat?
That is a good question. Any women in my chat?
1.95 meters.
Any women in my chat? You're out of luck. Yeah, I've seen it with YouTube as well with statistics. I basically barely get female viewership at all.
I don't think I get that either.
Which?
Hold up.
Let's
just go to my most viewed video.
Oh yeah, that video.
33,000 views.
Right,
Analytics.
Up to the first switch, which is going to be a left-hander on a +1.
100% male.
At that point, might as well switch sides. Then you have a bigger pool of... Then you have your audience, you know? Resonate with your audience.
100% male, 67% between 18 and 24, and 18% from India.
Yeah, but do you know how big India is?
Pretty big, apparently.
How many people live there? Like over 1 billion people?
I don't know.
Just in India alone. So yeah. Also, because I sometimes get bored, I looked at the air quality index for like the Netherlands because apparently Microsoft Edge has that like added to the weather bit. Like, oh, you can see the air quality. And usually around here it's pretty decent. But then you take a look at India and almost the entire country has a very bad air quality. Like, legit, the entire country has shit
Yeah.
air. Like, basically legit dangerous air.
Yeah, I know.
How? How do you get your air, like, that polluted?
Just look. Just don't breathe. It'll be fine.
Well, they already act like they don't breathe. This may sound a bit morbid, but I'm on Reddit and I did join Arthur's Darwin Awards, which is a Darwin Award is for people that take themselves out of the gene pool, basically. And it is
The gene pool.
it is mainly India, and they already have the and it mainly involves trains because apparently they do not comprehend that being on a train about a multi-ton moving object can be dangerous. And also, power lines are dangerous. Like those lines above trains. And also power lines in general.
You know how there's actually like actual Thomas the Tank Engine trains?
Yeah. They're called steam trains.
No. I mean like actual like they have like a steam train in it, but then they actually put like a face on it and everything, and it's just actually Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah. Yeah, they do have that.
How many people do you think got hit by those?
I don't know.
The last thing they saw before going to heaven was Thomas the Tank Engine.
That's no. That sounds bad. Like, what was the thing you last saw before you died? Thomas the Tank Engine.
I saw a gray plastic face coming closer and closer.
Yeah. But with India, it's basically
soulless eyes.
with India, it's basically they walk on train tracks, get hit by train. And of course, surviving getting hit by a train is rather difficult, turns out. Especially if the track gauge is smaller than your length, you go horizontal and the train drives on.
Dude, maybe you can find a girlfriend like that. Act as if you're going to die. And hope someone saves you.
Well, no, because
That's a
it won't.
terrible idea. Don't do that.
It won't be a girl that will save you. It will probably be the police.
They wouldn't save you. They would remove you from the parameters.
Like, let's say you tried with a bridge, right? Which, don't. There's gonna be a traffic jam.
What if you do it on a fake bridge?
Madurodam. Miniature bridge. Just a couple millimeter jump.
Guys, I'm gonna fall onto the road.
And the road is just a centimeter wide.
The train's gonna hit me. Dude.
And the model train just derails after hitting your face.
And then you get saved by Bob the Builder. Anyway.
How much would that hurt? Taking a model train to the nuts.
That depends on the model.
And the
some of them
speed.
can actually go pretty fast.
Yeah, it depends on the speed and if the model is like streamlined or more of a steam engine, or if you get depends on the model because sharp points and the speed need, because if the speed is low then it won't hurt at all, but if you launch it at quite a lot of speed. Right. What are the speed limits here? I'm kind of 3 and 7. That's a 6. I'm doing 37. I'm gonna go that way. So beans will be. I will give it the beans.
But No, I have been like thinking more about that story
Yeah.
because I have ADHD and it's very hard to turn my brain off. So I go to sleep thinking about that.
Eh.
Is
This
that a
conversation.
problem? I don't know. I sleep.
This conversation has slightly derailed.
You think?
Unintended. I'm playing a train game.
I know. But you think so? I don't think so. I think these are perfectly normal topics.
Well, some people won't find them normal topics, which
Do other
weird.
people not talk about like sexual trauma?
Did you have any?
No.
No, came out a little bit too along with it.
Unless that whole thing of like being able to suppress traumatic memories to the point that you literally don't remember it is real. I haven't had any sexual intercourse ever.
Not a surprise.
Is that real? Is that actually a thing that you can literally forget trauma because you suppress the memories?
I don't know. You have a computer in front of you, right?
Yes, but I'm drawing. Fine. You have a computer in front of you too.
Yeah, but I'm streaming.
Fine. Can you suppress memories?
Gonna have to go left at the switch. Why is this track like this? Like, why the squiggle? Why the tight
Recent
curves?
research with older adults has provided evidence suggesting both intact and deficient memory suppression.
Hmm. So you can block trauma. The worst part is, I've noticed that if I have like a bad situation, and after that bad situation, a couple like months or years have passed, I'm like, huh, it wasn't that bad, even though it was that bad. Which might not be good.
But I'm pretty sure, like, if you do it with trauma, I'm pretty sure it is not healthy. Because it's still technically there.
Yeah. Especially as a man, do you think people care?
Have you ever heard of reincarnation therapy?
No, and honestly, it kind of sounds like some bullshit.
Oh, it is. So, it's basically what the whole trauma suppression, right?
Yeah.
Except for your past life.
Ah.
So if you have trouble with something now, then they're gonna sit with you, they're gonna talk to you, and they're gonna figure out if there was something in your past life that was bad or something. And sometimes even in the period between lives.
Hmm. As suspected.
What?
Bullshit.
I mean, believe what you want, but like,
Yeah.
first up, I'm not buying this, and second, how will this help you with anything?
Your trauma, which you aren't technically suffering from anymore because in a past life, which you don't remember.
Well, it's not necessarily for trauma, I don't think, but
Well, you don't remember it anyway, right? You don't remember anything from your past lives.
yeah,
If you even
that's
believe
the
in that.
point, huh?
So how would you get trauma from something that you don't remember? I mean, you could throw an entire argument. Oh, it was suppressed.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like it might be because of that.
But if you forget the entirety of your previous life,
Yeah, and I don't remember anything in my previous life.
then how can you be traumatized by it? That is my question. How can you be traumatized by something you don't even know?
Who would I have been in my past life? I don't know. Leonardo da Vinci? Actually, no. It would probably be Michelangelo. Because Da Vinci was very, what do you call it? Open, like very out
Extroverted?
there. Yes, and Michelangelo wasn't.
And you aren't either.
So probably him. I may have made the statue of David. Michelangelo made the statue of David, right? I think.
I don't know. Let's
I'm
look at the
pretty sure he
D6.
did. Hold up.
This is a tight curve. Holy
Yeah, he
shit.
did. Okay, yeah, he made the statue of David. Wait a minute, that statue is nude. Does that count as lust? No, that's artistic nudity.
Does it? It is basically the question. Does it focus on it specifically?
No, it focuses on the. Most of those kinds of statues focus on like the sport.
Yeah.
I mean,
Then they
with
do the
David, of
sports
course,
nude.
it's David. Yeah, so yeah, in ancient Greece they did. I mean, literally, the word gymnastics comes from the Greek word for nude.
Just why do you do sports nude? Well, I mean, if the temperature's right,
No,
then I
no, no,
guess
no. The real question is, why do we not do gymnastics nude anymore?
fair enough. By the pause, you know, I was just looking for an answer. I was like, what? What? Like, why don't we
But
do it?
they have like I have the Stephen Fry mythos, like the Greek myths, and he has like these little notes, and he points this out that like the gymnastics in like comes from the Greek word for nude, and he was like, so why can't I go to the gym naked? So now I'll go with like my what did he say again? With my loincloth.
Let's see, how much money do I have? Train length. Hold on. Train length 1. How expensive is train length 1? I will only have 9 grand left. But it should remove reroll discount. Don't care. I'm not planning on derailing anyway. I just want manual service. Just want manual service unlocked. And I kinda oil refinery, 2 pickups, discount to the harbor,
I
sawmill.
still think it's weird that in the game called Derail Valley, you're not supposed to derail.
Jim,
Yes.
let me ask you a question.
But
Are trains supposed to run off the rails?
that would be awesome. Actually, that exists. It's called a car.
No,
But
I would say a bus. I think a
Yeah,
bus
but
is
shouldn't it be
more.
called like Don't Derail Valley then?
Well, the thing is, some pieces of track are deceiving.
Yeah, but if you're supposed to not do it, like,
Well, you
you
can,
know,
it just costs you money. And you don't have an infinite amount of money in career mode. So the choice is how
you
much you
know,
want to
no, but
derail.
no, but sure. Think about like what do you do in Legend of Zelda? You save Zelda. What do you do in Dark Souls? You find the Dark Soul, I think. Probably. So what should you be doing in Derail Valley?
Well, you.
You should find a valley and derail.
Yes.
You should find the correct valley where you're gonna break the train. That's how you beat the game. I'm tired.
Oh, I know I'm struggling with movement. Spam the F key.
I know why I have trouble having a regular conversation. I'm tired.
Are you a bike?
I might as well be.
Are you too tired?
Yes.
Well, you're lucky it's Friday.
Yes, but I do want to make progress.
What, waking up earlier?
Well, that too, but also on my comic.
Yeah. Also, tomorrow, I'm gonna go and work on the car with my dad.
Oh no.
He doesn't know that I changed the horn.
Okay.
It used to not work, now it does. He doesn't know that it works. Guess what I'm gonna do? Surprise him. Because we are gonna try and start the engine and see if we can get it running. Because if we can get the engine running, that would be nice. That would mean we can actually, I can positively go and work on the body, get all the rust gone. And once the rust is gone, I can then work on the brakes. Once the brakes are done, I can go for a test drive. An entire brakes and suspension bit, but the suspension is fine. The brakes just need some work. After that, it's just a matter of fitting new tires, because tires are the last thing I'm gonna fit on there. Obvious reasons. If I'm gonna fit tires right now and I'm done in 5 years, the tires are gonna be dry rotted again. Resulting in me having to buy another set of tires. And tires cost like $200 a pair, like for 4 tires. If you get the expensive ones, they're 150 a piece. So Jim, have you told your mother about the fact that the tires of the car still need to be replaced?
Oh no, they don't. They're fine now.
Did they get changed?
Yes.
Did it have to go for its yearly inspection and that was noted as a thing that needed fixing?
Yes.
Told ya.
In fact, that's why it took longer because they needed to order the tires.
I mean, I I could see they were bad. There was cracking on the side of the sidewall.
Well, I told her, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, I already got a note that I have to get it checked anyway." But no, there was something actually worse going on.
What?
one of the wheels had like basically a dent in the actual wheel.
All right, who curbed it?
It may have been me.
Did you drive it over a curb a little bit too enthusiastically?
Maybe. But that would have been a very long time ago.
B1 load, B2 shunt. Wait, B2
Like
shunt.
in like the first month that I got my license, that would have been.
Which is understandable because you're a learner still, basically. Because you only started learning how to drive after you got your license.
Kind of true.
Like, yeah, you learn how to drive a car, but you learn to operate. Let me put it this way: you learn how to operate a motor vehicle while getting your license, and after that, you learn how to drive a car. The sentences mean the same thing, but they also are very different. Operating a motor vehicle.
Apparently, I gotta go pick up my dad today, but I don't know at what time.
Your dad from where?
The McDonald's.
Why would it be at McDonald's?
No, he apparently had something with his like work. They went somewhere or something. I don't know exactly what they were gonna do.
Ah.
But they're apparently like dropping him. Like he basically said, like just drop me off there, and then I'll get picked up there. I don't really know what they actually did though.
Yep, to be expected, Shit. I'm on a... I was on a bit of a downhill. My turn's starting to roll away. I apply power. And before the update, you could apply a little bit of power while still moving forward. The amps would just spike and it would go down again. Not anymore, you just trip the breaker for the traction motor. Spicy. Yeah, Jim, that's the downside of having a driver's license and a car. People are gonna be asking shit. Also, I did message today that I'll be at the school thing as well on the 3rd of December. Where's the 4th?
4th.
Yeah, the third I have to go to a lawyer because, well, divorce things are finally proceeding, which means the house has to be on the market, or at least you have to talk to somebody that sells houses at least in December to, you know, get it sold, because divorce means basically selling the house because none of them can buy each other out. And that's on the 3rd of December. So 2 days in a row, I'm gonna have to leave work early. Because of first school, then lawyer stuff.
I'm probably gonna have the exact same situation.
What, having to go to a lawyer?
No, but having to leave early twice in a row to go to school.
Why'd you need to leave early?
So, well, first off, I need to leave early for the, for school, right? For the thing.
Yeah.
But the day before that, I'm probably also gonna be at school at 4. It kind of depends. She hasn't answered yet, but that's the date she gave, and I'm like, I can be there at 4. To talk about my basically my future. Like, am I
Ah,
gonna do like another course after this? Is that gonna be, like the continuation of this one, like engineering, or am I gonna do a different one? Am I just gonna work? Am I gonna do both?
yep. Let me, before we continue this conversation, let me mute myself in Discord real quick.
Wait,
What?
uh, subscribe to Obsidian Blade to.
Deafened. Because, well, this. The screen goes black and fade and then goes to me because I'm ending it here because I'm getting tired as well. Yeah, Derail Valley's back. And I'm planning to actually go all the way, get all the licenses, all the engines restored because you can restore engines actually. You have a couple of museum like demonstrator engines that got sent to the Valley Company. Basically, for, which have a special livery. That's all they have, and you own them, meaning you can modify them. They don't despawn or anything. Yeah, that will be probably on Wednesday. If you like what you saw, make sure to interact with the content. I would appreciate it. And if you want to have a chat with me or anything like that, join Discord for !Discord or just everywhere else, descriptions, channels. This is ending up on YouTube as a VOD, which YouTube you can find for !YouTube or on the channel or descriptions or anything else. I've put it everywhere so you can't miss it. And yeah, with that said, next stream is going to be Wednesday. It will be possible. Hopefully. Otherwise, you'll see it on the Discord as well. And with that said, have a very pleasant weekend and half a week. And goodbye.